You are listening to the We Hired a Sitter for This podcast.
We hired a sitter for this.
We have a roster of like 7 sitters.
I'm spending $3,000 on paints.
Do you go to therapy?
Never have, nah.
There was a small fire. I put it out.
Real talk, the stakes are too high with my baby.
Comedy, parenting, marriage, life.
We do it all.
I'm a dad and I'm busy.
I have an opinion. I don't know if it'll be right, but
I'm Patrick.
my name is Gastor.
We hired a sitter.
Hey everybody, we're recording on all the devices, including the AI. We're recording to the AI.
Ooh.
Using this app called Fireflies. If you're ever curious how we write our summaries to this show, I've included computers and robots. How do you feel about the robots listening?
I mean, they always listening, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta get used to it, accept it. They gonna get all our information.
It's part of life.
It's part of it, you know? They know how we think, they know how we move.
Yeah, and this one will eavesdrop on our whole recording here, and then it'll tell me later what we talked about, because I'm going to forget. My brain doesn't function anymore.
Why don't we use this in, like, day-to-day life? Like,
yeah.
You should just record all your relationship convos.
Yes, and then get an email in the morning briefing you on what mistakes you made the day before.
Amen. This is what you should have said to Ross.
Yeah.
This is what Ross is likely to think based on what you did.
Here's where things went off the rails for you. At 2:34 p.m., you texted to say, "Hey, could you switch my laundry when you get home?" And she was like, "No."
I wonder if it thinks that you're weird if you're a comic, because like there's you and then there's like on you.
Right.
You know, like you're an enhanced version or whatever it is when you're like performing or on a pod.
Yeah, does AI think we have split personalities?
Yeah, you know?
Or like psychopathic.
Huh.
Or sociopathic, potentially.
Wow.
Like I do a joke about kicking my dog down the stairs.
Right.
Which of course I would never do.
Right.
But the AI is like, this man is attacking defenseless animals.
You know? He keeps recording 15-minute intervals of him saying it every night.
I do think of that. I do think of that a lot because I have like thousands of gigabytes of hard drives in this office just full of me doing the same jokes and them not working in the same way. And then eventually I tweak it to where it's working. And I'm just like, I can't ever look at that footage. No one can see that footage. It's like so sad that it's just the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, man. I've been doing a joke kind of related to that like it's the opposite of being like Tupac as a rapper when you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Because like if you die, people just find your worst material.
Yes.
Like everything that didn't work. There's no hidden gems.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and your legacy will be based on some of the most crass things I ever said, some of the most off-color things, the most inaccurate, off-base, yeah.
All your undeveloped ideas.
Yes.
They'll come out when you die.
Yeah, and Tupac, so there were hidden gems after he died?
I would say, I think because music is something you could do insular. You know, you could do it on your own in private. So he had like hundreds of songs recorded that were on par with the quality of what he released.
Yeah. So
like when he died, like it almost looked like he had like been reborn. That's why people were making rumors of him like being in Cuba or something. Just like albums kept coming out of stuff that was good quality.
Yeah. So yeah, like, but they had to make beats around the verses. Like, so they
some of them they already had, like he had already made the song fully. Like the beats were there, everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they did that for a few of them, but most of it was like fully finished songs that just like he wanted to take advantage and be productive when he was in the studio.
Yeah. Yeah, because we couldn't do that. They couldn't take like bad open mic recordings and then put laughs in. It's just like, so relationships are hard. Relationships are hard. Yeah. Anyway, what else did I want to work on? Is that my time? How much time do I have?
Let me stretch that for an hour.
Yeah. It's just how much time. What are we doing tonight? And do you light me from back there or? Yeah.
But someone's gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Well, we're back. It's been a couple weeks. Was the last time I saw you when I? Oh no, it was when I got cameras from you.
Yeah.
The day after Hurleyville.
Yeah, man.
So we saw each other a couple times that weekend. That was 2 weekends ago, I think. Right?
It's been a minute, man.
That was on 420. It was 420. So we're recording this on 430.
Wow.
So 10 days. It's been 10 days, and you've had an eventful 10 days.
I feel like you've had a more eventful time. Like you.
I don't know. I didn't leave the country.
But you recorded a demo version of a project that's real personal.
I recorded what I think I'm just gonna put it out. I think it's a I don't want to call it a special. I think I'm gonna call it a tape, a 4-camera tape.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, because specials are not special anymore, right?
I mean, I don't know. Is this one special?
I think so. Yeah. So I recorded this thing Saturday night. It went really well in a lot of ways, but one camera angle, you can't. There's no people in the chairs in the shot.
Okay.
So I'm like, that camera angle, I can't use that angle.
It's 4K though. Crop
in. Yeah. I don't know. Do you need to see the crowd? I like seeing heads. I like seeing the crowd. Yeah, I gotta figure this out. But
After Effects some people in. You know what I mean?
it's also
design them in Blender.
I think I'm just gonna email or edit. Edit is the word. I just almost said I'm gonna email the whole special together. I'll edit the whole thing together, see what we got,
Animate it.
and then yeah. I actually did think of putting silhouettes of heads in the foreground,
Boom.
just like vague shapes of people, and then. But there were like 90 people there, and they all had a great time.
Okay.
Big laugh, sounded good.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna edit. I did 42 minutes. I think it'll edit it down to like 35 or 33 or something.
It was great.
I think it'll be a good like chapter 1 of who I am as a comic.
I'm happy.
There's a lot of old material. It's like old material, some hacky stuff, some super crass stuff. I'm like, do I want to put that out in the world? And I'm like, I don't care. I just got to get stuff out there, right?
Yeah, man. You're overthinking it. Put it out. See what happens. See what people connect with.
Yeah.
Different people connect with different stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, you loaned me some cameras, which I appreciated.
Of course.
I don't know. It was all a blur. I mean, I went on stage at midnight. Like it was like
wow,
12 a.m. start. So I was kind of in a weird space, but I think it lent to itself to like a good chaos. You know, when you feel loose and weird on stage, I think that's a good place to be sometimes. And I'm excited to dig into it. I'm also like trying to not obsess about getting it done. Like I want to get it done, but I want to like also live my life and do our current projects and do this in a sane, sober way and not like totally disregard the rest of my life to just like hustle this thing together.
Yeah, I think in general we got to get you more to like go with the flow energy. Yeah. You know what I mean? I think there's people that like benefit from like buttoning up, and I think there's people that benefit from loosening up. I think you need a little more loosen up. At least with comedy. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Like you work hard.
Yeah, and you witnessed me in my OCD place in Hurleyville.
Hurleyville, great people out there. They had a good staff. Show was dope. People was awesome. Full room.
Yeah.
Everybody but Patrick had a good time. Patrick was so stressed out about shit that like shouldn't have stressed him out at all.
Yeah.
Everything that he was stressing, there was someone there whose only job was to do that thing.
Yeah.
And Patrick was like, nope, I'm gonna do that too.
Yeah.
You know, over and over again. They had literally like full-time staff dedicated to every single thing that Patrick was stressed about.
In my defense, the lighting needed a little guidance. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
And I'm with you. And all you had to do was, hey, can you put the lights here?
Yeah.
And they would put the lights there.
Yeah. And then I needed to let go and move on.
That's it. Move on.
Yeah.
And they were super friendly. They got it done. The show looked good. Show was a blast. The people was really into it. But yeah, Patrick was thinking about other things.
Yeah.
The whole time.
For the record, I had a great time.
Okay.
And I'm glad we did it, and I can't wait to do more.
Hell yeah, we should.
But yes, there were a couple things where I was just like, oh no, like I didn't think of this, or I should have brought my own lights or whatever, and that kind of like I admit I oftentimes let my perfectionism get in the way of my good time.
Yeah, man. And those, I'm not saying don't do that, but do it after, like, hey, you know, what can we learn from this kind of energy on the drive home? But at the show, just have a blast, man.
Yeah.
People was excited to see us.
Yeah.
The staff was super kind, helpful. That meal was fire.
Oh my God.
Real talk, man.
Chef Haru,
like bodied that steak.
We were given some steaks before the show, and red meat before a show does not sound like a good idea. But this was like lighter, or
yeah, man,
it was the right amount, and they put it on. What were the greens? We got in trouble for saying the wrong greens.
Yeah, I got an issue. It was collard greens and something else.
I don't think it wasn't turnip greens. I think it was turnip greens.
Yeah, it was like turnips and collard green or something. It was delicious.
Some French fries on there.
Yeah.
They asked for our green room requests, and I requested a 6er of NA beers. That made me feel so special. You get this more often than I do, I assume.
Yeah, but I don't really request nothing.
I do for the colleges. My agency just has a pre-made one that just says 2 bottles of water, and I'm going to start telling them, let's step up our green room request game. Give me some granola bars, some M&Ms.
2 bottles of water is wild. Like that's too little.
Yeah, I need more H2O.
Yeah.
I also would like black cherry seltzers. I'm not going to do the NA beers on college campuses, but can I get black cherry seltzer?
Yeah,
that's not too hard.
That's not too wild.
That's a vending machine run.
Amen. I like that.
But yeah, they got us our green room stuff, and they are amazing people up at. If you live in Sullivan County, go to the Hurleyville Performing Arts Center. They've got all kinds of stuff going on. They got an improv workshop going on up there.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They were dope. The restaurant, I think Tango was the name of it.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
I had a blast up there. The dope people, good food, and the audience was really into it. You can't ask for more than that. That's the whole situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I saw my boy Patrick just stressing out, and I was like, yo, homie, this is the part that we work for.
Yeah.
You know
what the problem is? The problem is with what we're doing is, and it's not an insurmountable problem. I just got to build in either the time or the mental space.
Yeah.
It's the bringing the cameras and filming the thing, and oftentimes with the shows I'm headlining, they're like these DIY shows at breweries or wineries where I'm bringing the PA, I'm bringing the lights, so I'm getting there early. I'll do the whole setup. Same with the college show. It's like I have the PowerPoint. I get there early, I set up, then I go away, I change my clothes, I come back, and I know what I'm walking into because everything's set up the way I wanted it to be set up.
Right.
And with this, it's like I got to relinquish that control to the people whose job it is to do those things.
Yeah.
Which you're totally right to make fun of me for.
They had 2 full-time light people. 2 of them.
Yeah.
There was a dude and then a dude that reported to him.
We got Malcolm and Harrison. Shout out to both of them.
Yo,
amazing
both
guys.
On top of the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, like they got it. You know what I mean? And like to their credit, like from jump, they were like, hey, is this exactly what you want? And I was like, actually, no. There's a way I'd prefer it to be lit as a stand-up. I explained it to him. I said, Patrick will have more notes. I said what I felt was enough. And then I promised him, I was like, I know Patrick, he's gonna have more notes.
I walk in with a clipboard. I got a clipboard. I got one of those AV guy flashlights. I'm like laser pointing. I got glasses on. I don't even wear glasses. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna need the lighting truss to be built over here.
But he was like, yeah, he's like, whatever y'all need, we're gonna figure it out. And Patrick, has a vision, and I think that's part of why every project he's involved with looks a certain way. Like, what you're doing. So I ain't mad at it. But yeah, like you don't physically have to do the thing. You just tell the people, yo, this is what I need it to look like. This is how it is.
Yeah.
And in turn, you get to just enjoy being a comic.
Right.
You know what I mean? You deserve that too, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I got to chill with your boy while you was stressing out. You know what I mean? The homie Rob came out.
Oh yeah, Rob Christensen. You guys are best pals now.
Yeah, straight up. That's my dude now.
I'm happy you guys got to meet.
I'm baptizing a baby.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm in there.
Is she pregnant?
She will be one day.
They're trying.
What I mean? They're a good-looking couple.
Yeah.
I believe in them. They got the space now. They just bought a crib out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to make it happen. I predict 4 Rob babies.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going for it.
He's going to do numbers out there. Cause I don't think they got pets.
When you got the square footage, I don't think there's animals involved.
Yeah, I feel like they don't got pets, so they need people on the floor.
Yeah.
4 babies, 4 little Rob Juniors.
And when you're going to redo a house, you need cheap labor, so you got to make more children just to work for the family.
Amen. That's why I'm here. I was the original cheap labor in my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have kids for that reason too. They get sandwiches for me.
Yeah.
It's great.
What was I gonna say though? I just want let's put a cap on Hurleyville. I wanted to say to you, So what's fun about our co-headlining show is that I get to go up on stage twice.
Yeah.
Because my set, objectively, people said it was fine. I was not having any fun at all. I had zero fun. I was in my head. I was like pissed about jokes. I forgot to whatever. It doesn't matter.
It went well.
We don't even have to retrace those steps. But when I got to go back, when you did your set and then you bring me back up to go on together, I had so much fun. And it's fun to just be silly with you. And it's only our second time doing that. Maybe we did it on the duo show back. I don't know if we've ever been on stage before. But either way, it's so fun to do that with you.
Yeah,
and
man.
It really did like lift my spirits so much. So by the time we were getting back in the car and heading home, I was like, yeah, that was a great show. Because, and I know I got to separate like what makes... I gotta be more Buddhist, probably, like separate like how a show goes from how I feel about myself at the end of the night.
Word up.
Which sometimes I'm good about doing, but yeah, the drive home I just felt so great because it felt like we truly did put on a good show and
Amen.
Everybody left happy, and my mom and sister were there and that was really nice, and they loved meeting you.
Oh, rock on.
I'm so glad they got to see you, and then my cousins Ann and David were there, and that was really cool. And it made me feel so good that people want to come check out what we do.
Yeah, yo, the people showed us love. I had a blast. Real talk.
Yeah.
I feel like I said, man, I'm excited to keep doing more of these. It's a good hang. We get to chill with some people, do like a little mini Q&A at the end.
Yeah,
Get some interesting questions, fun names that were brought up. I thought was cool.
Oh yes, yeah.
You know, it's a good time. I hope more people keep coming out to these things. This one was sold out officially.
Yeah, we sold out the show.
I mean? Yeah, yo, it was a good time. I'm with it.
We sell out crowds in Hyde Park, New York, and Hurleyville, New York. We
Target demo, baby.
We sell them out. So
that's what we do.
Next stop is Westerly, Rhode Island, on May 17th.
We out here, baby.
At the something theater.
Copy your tickets early.
Can't remember. It's like a movie theater, and I did a show there once. It was really fun. But
okay.
I did it the night Taylor Swift, her movie came out.
Okay.
So the lobby is just full of like young teen girls and then their hot moms.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's just excited, and I'm walking the place. I'm like, these people are here for me. I can't believe it.
Oh man, I love it.
And then I go in, and the guy's like, usually we sell out this room, but not that many people came tonight because of Taylor Swift down the hall.
Yeah, I did a casino once the day that like Britney Spears was also performing there.
Yeah,
it was a tough treading.
Well, it's tough because you and her have the same exact market.
Exactly.
So it's like they had to make the tough choice of who do I want to see.
Real talk.
East New York's best or San Diego's best. I don't even know where Britney's from.
I don't know either. But I will say I had a good turnout. But it was like when I asked the crowd, they were like all the husbands and dads of all the people at the other show.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
What
it was
casino?
Chill. It was in Atlantic City. I forget which one.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it was like we were on the same floor. Like she was like further down the hall.
Yeah. This is through the New York Comedy Club shows?
Nah. This was a while back.
Okay.
Before that. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so and then we get back to New York City, what, 1 a.m, 2 a.m?
Hell yeah.
And we all go home, and then you go on a trip.
Yeah.
A well-deserved vacation.
Family time, baby.
How'd it
DR,
go?
Motherland.
How do you do vacation as a professional who has to work all the time? We're always on our phones. We're always posting about the next gig. We're always trying to put content out there. How did you set yourself up mentally to go love your family and be a dad on a trip? How'd you do it?
A few things. One, the Dominican Republic, beautiful place. It's where my people are from. But we struggle with internet. So it actually forces you. Every time I'm over there, and it happened again this trip, I'm like, I could live here, but I need internet, and I've yet to experience high speed internet over there.
They were like, we don't have 5G, we have 1G, and
Real
that's
talk.
You. It's not even.
I haven't seen 3G on my phone in years, and I saw it consistently over there, and I would be happy when it came on because it worked. I mean, it had internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, the internet was trash.
So I love the idea of being like, oh, I went on vacation to DR and I was so centered. I was so zen. I was really in touch with my inner self and I was present with my family because there was no Wi-Fi.
Yeah, real talk. I had no choice. It was like, I'm going to talk with these people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What did you learn about? Have you watched the new Jimmy Carr special?
I have not.
There's a funny line in there. He's like, "Oh, so you must be my son." What was it like to get to know your kids in person?
Oh man, now it was a blast. Like we split the week. We did half of the week at All Inclusive in Punta Cana.
Nice.
My parents were there, which is kind of like the big motivation behind it. My dad hurt his shoulder before the trip, unfortunately, so he couldn't like do the swimming that he had in mind.
Oh man.
But we got to do the other all-inclusive things, a lot of beach tanning. My kids did a lot of swimming. And then the second half of the trip, we went to Bornau, which is the town where my parents are from. And that was dope. Like we got to hang out with my aunt who after, living here for 30 years, moved back home, and she stays in the family house where we're all allowed to. There's like 2 apartments, and she lives on the first floor, and the second floor, anyone visiting could stay there from the family. And it's like a 3-bedroom apartment. Really, it's nicer than any place I've seen in New York.
That's great.
So yeah, like just for that alone, we're like, this is dope.
Are you gonna start inviting yourself down there more often?
Real talk, like the trip made me look at that as like a thing I'm not taking advantage of enough.
Yeah.
Like
here's what I pitch.
Talk to me.
You shoot your special at the end of the year or in the fall, whatever you're talking about. Is this a secret?
It was, but it's okay. We could talk about it.
Here's what I'll pitch. You should think about shooting a special sometime, and then bring all your footage down to DR and do the editing in this beautiful palatial tropical house.
That's not a bad idea. And I would do it like I would have to disconnect from the internet.
Would Auntie appreciate you turning her paradise into a workroom? Like how New York would that be?
Just because it's on another floor, I don't think it'll bother her.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, she just loves that I'm there. She's so hyped. She made all my favorite foods.
Nice.
I kept having a reminder I'm diabetic. She's like,
asopado?
Not this week. I'm a tres golpes, mangú, asopado.
¿Qué es tres golpes? That's 3 fats.
3 hits.
3 hits.
Yeah, although they are very fatty.
Is gordo fat?
Gordo is fat. Okay. Yeah, golpe is hit.
What's it a hit of? What are you getting 3 hits of?
So mangú, is the mashed plantain thing that people usually do for breakfast.
Yes.
Comes with onions and all that. And then you could get tres golpes, which is like mangú with eggs, salami, and fried cheese.
Yeah, I want that.
It is fire.
Yeah.
Like sincerely,
I love plantains because you do the sweet mixed with the salty and savory stuff. That's the best.
Real talk. It's our potato essentially. Like you could make it in a ton of different ways.
Yeah.
And the ill thing about mangú is that sincerely it works for every meal.
Yeah.
Like you could do it breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Same with the rest of the plantain ways of eating those. But yeah, I'm partial to mangú. I just think it's dope.
And that's MANGU.
Yes,
mangú.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And yeah, it's delicious. And she makes it.
And she's just cooking all this stuff
all day, like making disproportionate amounts of food for the people there.
Yeah.
Like I got my own like tray of mangú. Like it was like on some lasagna for the block type shit.
And was she's just like, I know you're diabetic, but not here.
Yeah, straight up. She's like, not this week. I was like, okay.
How do you handle that? Do you do the medication approach, or is it like diet and exercise? Like, do you have to be mindful?
Yeah, like I'm even with her, like I enjoy the cooking, but like I still tell her like, yo, like this is dope, but I'm not eating all of this. And
portion control.
Yeah, like I gotta be realistic. Like I know it's a gesture of love, but I want to be here.
Yeah,
So I appreciate it. I give her a ton of hugs, and I tell her that I'm full.
It's so funny that families like that love you by killing you.
Yeah. Straight up. But yeah, like it was just ill to have like a week of that.
And she's your dad's sister?
My mom's.
And did it feel like you were connecting with roots? Like, did it feel historic in any way?
A few things. Like I literally we went through like the neighborhood. We went to visit the school my parents went to school at when they were like elementary school students. I found a picture of my dad in 2nd grade. I visited his aunt, his next oldest sibling, I guess it would be. He's the baby of his fam. And I visited the baby sister, who's 3 years older than him, and she had like pictures of him and their oldest brother when they were in elementary school. So I got pictures of those, and I was teasing Dad about it. Then we went to visit his parents' home. They both passed away. So like we own the property, but it hasn't been upkept in a while.
Yeah.
So we walked through that field, and I haven't been there at that point 26 years.
Wow.
So it was just like trippy to see this place that was like, once like filled with life and these like silly old people that like like overly loved me.
Yeah.
Kind of like just seeing it like not itself anymore.
Yeah.
That was like really weird.
Like the circle of life.
Yeah, and then like I got like overly emo with my kids, and like they didn't understand what the hell was happening because everything's being said in Spanish.
Yeah.
I got to see the wife of this old dude who made a really hard pitch for me to move to the yard of my dad.
Yeah.
Because I used to be I used to throw really hard.
Oh yeah.
So like I showed up at like 14 at 13, right before my freshman year of high school. That was the last time I was there. And I was like 5'11".
Yeah.
And like I had a cannon. Like I'm throwing like 80, 85 and shit. And he's like, I could take that kid pro.
Yeah, this guy's like, we have a spot for him on the team.
Yeah, and that's what he did for a living. He molded minor leaguers. And my dad was like, yo, you want to do this? And mind you, like I hadn't played baseball in years. I just liked throwing.
Yeah.
I played football. I played all the sports. But I stopped playing baseball years ago, and my dad just sees like excitement and green. It's like Dominican joy. Like, oh, you think you could turn this kid pro? And all I hear is like I gotta like speak Spanish the whole time.
Yeah,
like, hold on,
you gotta leave your friends.
Yeah, like I'm free. I'm bumping Biggie and Nas at this point in my life. Like I'm fully New York. Yeah. I'm not anti-Spanish. It's just I don't know if I could do Spanish as my world,
right?
And so I was like, yo, that guy can't come to the house no more. I don't like his ideas. He's motivating my dad a little too much.
So you reunite with this guy on the island during the trip. Does he remind you of what you could have had?
And that's the thing. Like 40-year-old me was like, yo, I should have played baseball. Real talk, man.
Yeah.
I was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Them dudes get stupid money. Even the shittiest pitchers.
Yeah.
Make great money. You know what I mean?
Are you a lefty?
Now, I'm a righty, but like I legit like he feels like I would have topped out at like mid-90s.
Yeah.
And also like all the like more so like all the other pitches I had like a natural inclination for. Like I really did well with the curve and the slider.
you can throw different pitches.
Yeah, so like he was like, yo, this is money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he saw green, whereas like I was stupid little kid stuff. Like I was still like, I want to be a rapper.
Yeah. You're like I'm really into my art.
Yeah, like I want to make music.
But did you guys talk about? Did any of this come up when you saw him?
Well, he passed away. But his wife was there, and she talked to me about. She said, "Yo, he talked about you for weeks after you left." He was like, "Yeah, like he should have stayed here." We would have got him into the pros. He's like, "I don't know about majors. That's always luck involved, but he would have definitely been a pro pitcher. Your life would have been different." He talked about you for weeks. And he was talking to your aunt to talk to your dad to be like to convince you to come back. And I was like, that's beautiful. I tell jokes for a living.
Yeah, you're like
drink tickets now.
You're like, hey, listen, I don't know if you've heard of Hurleyville, New York, but I sold out a comedy show at the Tango restaurant.
I had a co-headline to do it, but I did it.
Yeah, and I'll be going to do my podcast in a sweltering 10x10 windowless office in front of a green screen that may not even work because it's crinkled right now.
I make good choices,
You could have been traveling the world because now they're doing MLB in other countries.
Yeah.
They're doing overseas stuff.
No, it's completely legit. Like one of the stupidest decisions I've made in my life.
Yeah,
like, by far. I had a natural talent that I do not I just completely threw away
You wouldn't be worrying about diabetes right now
at all.
if you were running around every day for work.
I think a lot of baseball players have diabetes. For the record, I don't think they run much.
Baseball is the one sport where you can indulge whatever bad habit you want.
Straight up, but I definitely know I had a life there.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting to think because you are so talented on stage, obviously. Like,
thank you.
You were killing it in this career, but it's interesting to think like you could have been great in a whole other, like, totally different part of life. I mean, I guess sports is still entertainment, but it's like, it's using your body and like your physical talents.
I think most people have like 5 things, but they're not necessarily there forever.
Yeah.
I think you have like 5 things that like you could for real do this and be special at it.
Right.
And the opportunity will present itself.
Yeah.
And you'll be aware. I'll even go as far as to say that you'll know you passed on it by the end of your life.
Yeah. Well, your window has closed.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Like I always think, what was the Bill Parcells, the football coach?
Yeah.
Like he had a successful football career.
Right.
In his bio, they talk about like in college he was a manager of like a pizza shop, and he was making like really good money by the time he graduated. He had like pumped up the store's business. The owners loved him. They kept paying him more money. When he graduates, he gets an offer to be like an assistant coach.
Yeah.
On a team in college, paying like something like $20,000 a year, like way below the minimum. He was married. Like it made no sense economically to take the job, but he loved football.
Yeah.
Wanted to do it. The pizza shop says, we opening up 3 more locations. Why don't you come on board, manage the 3 new ones for us, and we'll give you 10% ownership of the company.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I'm really about this football.
Yeah.
And that little chain became Pizza Hut.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like so you see that and you're like, like he made like $100 million coaching, but like that dude should legit be a billionaire.
Yeah.
At this other thing.
Yeah, 10% of Pizza Hut is that's a lot of
from the jump. Yeah, like that's wild money.
He could have been stuffing that crust
for
the whole
time.
Full of money.
But yeah, I think that's how life is. What was a path you think you missed out on?
Definitely production. Like I left production in 2013, I guess, is when I formally was like, I'm not doing this anymore because I was so burned out on it. And now I have friends who like direct big things. Like I have a friend who's one of the executive producers for like WWE wrestling.
That's fire.
Another guy like makes commercial. He made a commercial with Lance Bass and does all these like big high end shoots and like really cool. Like they're all very successful and like some of them will probably become legitimate like filmmakers and stuff like that. But I was just talking to Ross about this yesterday or the day before, and like it just takes it. I just knew the whole time like that's not what I actually wanted to be doing, and is the sacrifice of leaving something that could have been secure and quite lucrative for something that may not be actually going to pan out. Is that worth it? And I think it in the short term it is just worth it. And I was talking to somebody else about how like surprisingly this lifestyle has given me a much closer relationship to my daughter, I think, because like I don't know, it's kind of working right now where I pick her up from daycare at 4:30 or 5 or whatever. We hang out for a few hours and then I go out and do some sets or whatever.
Yeah.
And like if I was doing the hardcore grind of production of like 16-hour days and sitting in editing rooms, I have a feeling now with a family I'd be in an editing room. But even that, it's like pretty hardcore, like 9 to 7 and minimum. It's like get home at 8 o'clock at night. Like kids already in bed. I get to see her on the weekends? Like I don't know. So yeah, like I haven't been more broke in my life, but I also truly feel connected to what I'm doing.
Amen. That's beautiful.
So I don't know.
We're stupid artists, is what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's a whole bunch of people listening. It's like these idiots.
Yeah,
you know, man.
Anyway, another highlight to my weekend this past weekend Well, I don't want to cut us off. If there's any DR stuff, maybe this will bring us back to DR, because I got to hang out with your other podcast co-host, Shalewa.
Oh, that's what's up. How did that come
I
down?
almost said Shah, but I feel like Shah doesn't feel authentic to me yet.
Yeah.
I don't know her that well.
Fun fact, no one calls her Sha but me.
Oh, interesting.
Real talk. She
Okay.
was like, yeah, that's not a nickname I have with anybody. I was the only I'm the only person and I don't know why I started saying it. It just felt right.
Well, you can say anything and it sounds cool, you know? Like you called me P once, and I'm like, yeah, I'll accept that from him.
Yeah, I think the key is endearment.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like she said she normally would say she doesn't like that name.
Right.
But I felt like it's a genuine like term of love that I have for homie. So like when I say Shy, like she like, yeah, it sounds good from him.
Yeah.
That works. But nobody else say that shit.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Only time people say what up Shy is when they're impersonating me.
Right.
Not when they're like saying what's up to Shy.
Yeah. And that says a lot right there, that people are impersonating you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Nicknames can be troublesome. Franny, for a while, I would call her Honey, and she would say, "Don't call me Honey. I'm not your honey," or whatever. This morning, getting her ready for school, she had like a little denim shirt on, and I was like, "Oh, we could put your denim jacket over that if you want. That's like kind of a bold move, but let's do it." She put it on. It looked really cute. I was like, "You're killing it. Double denim. I love it. Double denim." And she got so upset. She like melted down. She said, "Don't say double denim. That's a bad word." Like she's just recently become obsessed with what are bad words and what are not bad words. And for some reason she didn't like that I said that. And it just turned into like a 10-minute like diversion from getting out the door. And it's so weird how like nicknames or now if she perceived, the other day she was, we were all together, and she caught her reflection in a car, and she started like dancing in her reflection. It was really cute. And Ross and I just looked at each other and started laughing, because out of like pure joy and like how funny and cute is this kid? Like she's so happy. Like it's like gratitude, like a rush of all these. It's like pure love, you know? So we just start laughing at each other, observing her, but she perceived it as us laughing at her.
Right.
And it just like changed her mood instantaneously. She like melted down, thought we were laughing at her, and this is like kind of new because she's not that sensitive with stuff like this. So yeah, it's you got me thinking about how people's brains perceive how people view them.
Yeah.
And at that age, it's like so confusing for them. Like when they
for real.
realize I'm a person, people have opinions about me, and if that doesn't line up with what I want, then it like really messes things up.
Yeah, I messed up. I mean, I don't know if it was it's something I've always done, but like with little kids that are members of my family, I've always called the boys Little Man.
Yeah.
And my son thought he was Little Man.
Yeah.
So like my nephew came over and I called him, "What up, Little Man?" And Aiden was like, "Yo, it's me."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, "Well, you are like the primary one, but like that's
you're the biggest little man."
Yeah, you know, there's other little people here. You know, and also you're significantly older than this little. He was like 8 at the time, and the other one was like 2.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, like I don't think you should be jealous of the relationship I have with a 2-year-old that's leaving in like 3 hours. You know, you here to stay. You know.
Yeah, that's such a. I can remember feeling that feeling of like an adult making you feel so special. Sometimes in school it would be like this, like a teacher would take a liking to you and like treat you in a special way, and then you feel them give that kind of shine to somebody else, and it's like it brings up jealousy. It's like, wait a second, I thought I was the cool one, or I thought you thought I was the funny one. Now you're talking to that guy like that.
I've seen his jokes.
Yeah.
Come on.
But no, I saw Shalewa Friday night on a gig that I really want to get you on. It was a great show, sold out room. The pay was good. The lineup was great. It's local in Bushwick.
Gang.
There's only one catch. You got to do it naked.
Yeah, that's what it is. Probably won't happen.
You don't want to do that?
Nah, it doesn't call me. Is this like one of the naked shows?
It's the naked show, yeah.
Rock on.
And Shalewa and I got to look at each other naked.
That's beautiful.
Have you looked at your podcast partner naked?
No.
Either one of us?
Don't want to.
That's why we're going to get you on this show, and we'll all go do it together. We could really get to know each other. I could see where your tan lines are from DR.
They're pretty much like this. Like this is what I wore the whole trip. So
yeah,
like,
you're not swimming. You're not getting in the ocean.
Nah, I don't do.
Did you get? You didn't submerge at all.
Nah, never went in the water.
Not even the feet on the edge of the pool.
No, actually, no. My feet went in the water in the beach water at night once.
Oh, that's nice.
I took my son out to like look at the stars and stuff, and he
like have a talk about life.
Yeah, for real.
That's nice.
We talked about like grown up stuff. It was dope.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
How close to the? Oh, this is at the all inclusive.
Yeah, this is at the all inclusive. So like we had our feet in the water on the beach, and like the tide was.
That's amazing.
I've been in all of that, but
that's beautiful.
Yeah, nah. I've talked with Sha about this. I don't want that information. I don't want to know anything about what your chest look like.
Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't look at anybody. I don't even know why I do this show. This is my third time doing it. No. I've done it 3 times now.
Gotcha.
Like I don't know why I do the spot. Well, I do know why. So early in my life, before I ever started drinking, I didn't drink in high school.
Okay.
But I loved going to parties and I liked creating chaos or creating moments. I liked being the center of attention.
Okay.
I have problems, obviously. Like why do we do this as a career? And in like my senior year of high school, I started doing this thing at parties where I would just like take my clothes off and like appear, and I would put stuff over my junk. Like I would put like a beer cup or a sock or whatever. I'd like jump over campfires, like basically trying to create, like I knew how to be funny, but like to be really funny, I felt like I had to do something shocking, you know?
Right.
So I started doing the naked thing. And then in college, when I started drinking, that happened a lot more often in a lot more crazy ways. And I just felt like if people thought I was funny, then I'll be somebody, you know? So it's this exhibitionism thing. And now in adulthood, the opportunity to do the naked show feels like a thrill-seeking, because I'm sober now, so it's like, it feels like a thrill-seeking opportunity that is healthy and consensual, because the stuff in college wasn't always consensual. Like if I'm at a party, shoulder to shoulder with people, nobody wants a naked guy right next to them. You know, it's annoying. But this is like in a container that is kind of fun and whatever, and it feels like an experience. And this the first time I did it, it was for that reason. The second time, I think was for the same reason. It's just like, let's go have an experience. And this time it was very much like, I just want to get as many spots as I can before I record this thing. So I'll do your naked show again.
I guess that's the issue I have with it. Like, I don't see the value that it adds to the show, to the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pro doing anything that is related and enhances the art. Like I'm pro getting naked if getting naked is related to the joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Tig Notaro's joint. You know what I mean? I thought that was like sincerely dope that she like revealed that the scars of the surgery that she had to have, and like that was genuinely like taking the joke as far as it can and being fully vulnerable. I'm pro that. And that's the thing I have with it. I was like, I don't know what this adds to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like you just want to see my favorite people naked. As a producer.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, if they keep saying yes, keep doing it. You know, whoever's producing that show, props. But like there's nothing that I've written that I feel like would be enhanced by my nudity yet.
Yeah.
And if that changes, we could talk.
Yeah.
But I'd probably just want to capture it myself. Then I'm like, I'm gonna monetize my nudity.
Right.
I'm not giving you the naked money.
You gotta go on OnlyFans.
I've thought of that. Like I wanted to do an OnlyFans where like I lotioned my calves.
Yeah, there's people who want to see that.
Yeah, like I don't show my calves. My calves have been out maybe 4 or 5 times total in the last like 20 years. You know,
so wait,
like,
have you did as a child? Did you go swimming? Did you enjoy?
I stopped
the
swimming
water?
when I was like 9 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I don't do. do that.
We're meant to be in the ocean.
You think so? I don't think so.
Yeah.
We're not fish.
Not deep in the ocean, just in the edge,
No,
where we can go fishing.
We're literally meant to be as far away from the ocean as possible.
No, surfing and sunlight. It's nice.
Surfing is you like avoiding death. That's
Right.
all surfing is like water trying to kill you coolly.
No,
all
surfing.
surfing
Is a dance with Mother Nature. It's communing.
Nah.
I don't think you're communing enough. We're going to the beach. Let's do a beach episode of this.
Yo, white folk is wild. Real talk, B. All of the sports y'all play is just like dances with death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Snowboarding, skiing,
Motocross.
surfing, motocross. All right.
No, but Shalewa killed it. She's so fucking funny all
She's
the
legit
time.
brilliant. Yeah.
She's so great, and we it was good to chat with her before the show. And yeah, like I kind of fell into the same problem as Hurleyville. Not the same problem. I was like preparing to do this recording, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this section of the thing, and I'll just stick to those jokes. And once I realized, like, oh yeah, they don't want to hear this stuff here. They want fun party guy, naked guy, or whatever. So I was just sort of like in my head of like, well, I have to do this work. I have to do my checklist. They want what they want, and also maybe this is similar to Hurleyville. There are certain things I would have done differently about the production of the event.
Okay.
So it's in a basement of a sex club. It's like a sex
Hell yeah.
commune. It's at Hacienda in Bushwick, and it's just a gathering space in the basement. They clean out all the gear and equipment and whatever goes on. And there's like an HVAC closet that is the green room, where there's plenty of room for seats for everybody, but nobody took the time to like organize the space to give people enough space to sit.
Okay.
So there was literally 2 seats to sit in, but like 8 comics milling around, feeling like a little bit uncomfortable. Like we're about to go take our clothes off in front of 70 people over there.
Right.
And you can only drink. There's a bar in the space, but all the way across the showroom. So if you wanted to go get a drink, you had to walk in front of the crowd you're about to perform in front of. Which I don't know if you're like me, but I kind of I want to like be able to hide away until it's time. I want it to feel like a thing, like a moment. When I take the stage, it's a moment, and you know. So anyway, I had 1 cup of water to try to like wet my whistle, you know, before my set. But my set just like. The show took long. It started late. Like I was going up last, and so by the time I went up on stage, I had like dry mouth and throat, so like I couldn't speak properly during my set, and that doesn't feel hot when you're naked. Like none of this is supposed to feel hot. I don't think it's about the turning anyone on or anything. But either way, I just didn't feel very good in general during the performance. So. Yeah, that might have been my last time doing the naked show.
I mean, hey man, you do the business that comes to you.
I mean, maybe this special that I put out will lead to.
I was gonna say
more work in line with what I want to be doing.
I'm thinking a lot about what I like when you bring this up. The stuff I'm doing right now is a bit more vulnerable, and I'm curious if it would be better naked. For that exact reason.
Or, but the opposite might be true because you are exposing yourself.
Yeah.
You are being naked by being vulnerable. Like maybe it's an emotional nudity that you're toying with.
Yeah, I'm definitely like talking more about my feelings than normal in this new special. And I think I'm pretty emo in general on stage. But I could see that being interesting nude.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder if your stuff like would work. Like I definitely want to see a fully nude special, or like a special that like disrobes as it goes.
Oh, I like that. That's a good title. Disrobe as you go.
Bang! Look at it. I'm dope at this, yo. Real talk. I don't know if y'all heard.
You're a wordsmith.
Yeah, yo. But like, there's something there, like for sure.
Yeah.
That like I think is worth doing. But I'd have to like really give it thought to find something that I'd want to talk that coincides with that.
Right.
But I think there's people that are already doing material that I think I could see it being elevated by something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it actually distracts. I think like if a person's naked, it distracts from what they're saying.
But then why'd you do the show?
I mean, literally, I'm saying in a special, like a taped special that would be meant to be viewed as an experience, like its own experience.
Yeah.
I think the nudity would distract. For something like this, I just feel like it's an experience, it's an experiment, it's to say I did it. Like, I think the first one was sort of like, well, maybe I'll get a story out of this, maybe I'll get a bit out of this. It's a little meta. I don't love super meta stuff about like I did this one show where but
what if we did a show where like the audience gets naked as you go, like,
and then we turn the cameras around at them?
Yeah,
I'm down. I mean, that sounds great. That sounds fun.
Like you're picturing them naked because they for real naked.
Yeah. Well, actually, this show, the audience is invited to be naked.
Look at that.
If they would like to be.
How many people get naked?
This one, it was just maybe, let's say there was 60 people in there. Maybe 12 or 13 were naked.
Okay, that's not bad. That's a good naked ratio.
The second time I did it, it was like 50-50. There was like a lot of dongs right in the front row.
That's what's up, yo.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a fun human experience.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a heightened
I love New York.
Sort of. Yeah, it's like a very New York thing. Yeah. You know?
I want to see comedy only with my penis out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we got a show for that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Real talk. We probably got multiple shows. There's probably another naked show that's like, yo, you biting our nakedness.
Well, the producer of this, Billy, did have to say to everybody, like, hey, if you get an email from this guy, let me know. He keeps emailing people to do his show. And this is the email I got from this person.
They're competing naked show requests.
Oh, maybe I deleted it.
Nah, we the OG naked show. Y'all the nude show.
Yeah. This guy was like, basically like, hey, so I do, what did he say? He was like, we're doing a naked open mic on this date. I heard about you through.
How hard is it to get stage time?
Yeah,
this is what it's come to.
And I asked, I just wrote back one sentence back. Is it paid? Question mark. Because like, you're gonna give me $100 to take my clothes off. I'll do it for 5 minutes. Sure.
Yo, you got people paying $5 to get naked.
Yeah, and he just said, oh well, that's not what this is about. I didn't realize you might be interested in that or something like that. This is more just about artists getting together. And I'm just like, no. I didn't even respond to that, but like once I knew that's where this email was going, I just hit delete. Like, no, that's not what we're doing.
You don't understand. You know, it's just, this is about us seeing each other's penises.
Yeah. This is
for the furtherment of our artistic endeavors.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know how to create unless there's other penises around.
Yeah,
me.
I need a scrotum in order to feel connected to my art.
That's it.
It's more authentic, and it's less authentic if money changes hands.
Come on,
it doesn't mean as much.
Real talk. I can't. Where would I keep the money?
Yeah,
I'm naked. You know, I can't hold anything.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Naked people don't Venmo.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, they have to Venmo, or it's just an IOU system. Like, I promise you, I'll pay you.
Real talk.
But there was some great have you seen Julia Desmond?
I don't believe so. Maybe
she's got great bits. Her material, I mean.
Yeah.
I truly felt weird about looking at other people. I was just sort of like, I'll glance, but I'm not gonna like. I don't know. I was also like so obsessed with the sequence of my jokes that I was like, I can't. I'll just look at my notes.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of it for me too. Like, I just in general, I try to avoid seeing anybody as sexual that's not my wife.
Right.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a thing that like I think is important to like, for saving marriages. Too many dudes see everything as an option.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to acknowledge that it's easy to fall into that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, there's things I do to make sure, like, I genuinely believe more people don't want to cheat in their relationships, and
it's too easy.
It's too easy to cheat, And so I think you need to be proactive with your not cheating.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So like
go to church.
I mean, nah, let's not get crazy. But like, but like, for example, after I do a show, unless it's a purposeful like relationship that like I haven't connected with in a while, I leave.
Yeah.
Not because whatever. It's just we're gonna start drinking, hanging out, and this is when the less business side of it can start to happen.
Yeah.
And people make stupid decisions. And I know that in my heart, I'm not trying to do nothing wrong, but why increase the level of difficulty? I don't get extra credit for not cheating in a harder environment for not cheating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like me seeing titties for an hour and a half, I feel like while it's not inducing cheating, I know it's not a sexual event, it increases sexual energy in a place where my wife ain't at.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I avoid all shit like that in general.
Yeah.
A. B, I know it's artistic. I also, it's a little too close to like something that my kid could use against me for stripping.
Yeah.
Like if they strip, you know what I mean?
You did the naked show back in 2018.
Yeah, we got clips.
Yeah.
I'm building my own argument against me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would say I make a disproportionate amount of my decisions based on winning future arguments. And like
you're like building your
you gotta build the case and
character
the character
defense.
Yeah, like I only because I know that I've beaten my parents in arguments.
Yes.
By knowing their history.
Yeah.
And I know my daughter is good. Yo, she will talk circles around most people.
Yeah.
And like I can't give her ammo.
But what if it's your son who wants to strip?
Same shit. I'm just saying that like I know right now though he don't got the talk game like my daughter.
Yeah.
So I can still take him, but I can see it. I can see it developing.
She's a district attorney.
Yeah, she got game. You know what I mean? So like, and I'm not saying that's what she wants to do. I'm just saying in general, like there's stuff that like I would consider doing if I was just a solo dude. But like once I got kids, I'm like, nah, I know, stupid 21-year-old Gastor would have done that. And I would have beat my parents in defending that point.
Yeah.
I can't have my kids having ammo against me for doing that same thing. And then when they want to do it, I can't say don't do it.
Right.
And this falls under that. It checks too many things that I'm like, yeah, like I wouldn't want you doing that. And they'll be like, well, you did something real similar. And all that would happen is A, I'd lose the argument. B, Gabby would be mad at me.
Yeah.
Like she'd be like, I told you not to do that stupid show. You know what I mean? And I'd have to hear that all night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm very curious what the fallout is going to be from anything I'm putting out there.
Real talk.
Because even this thing it'll probably work out to 30 minutes long. There's a couple jokes on there that are a little hackier than I would like for them to be. They're politically incorrect or politically offsides, possibly. But it's like we know we're being silly.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the kid could be like, well, you said this thing about that thing back in 2024.
Real talk.
So who are you to tell me what to do?
And that's it. You know what I mean? Now you lost an argument to your kid.
Yeah.
It's over.
All right, I'm retiring from this business.
Real talk. That's it. Look at that. Now you showed your schlong for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh.
my schlong is so unkempt these days too. Like I'm not doing any of the upkeep.
You're not curling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the curlers were still in when I got on stage. I was like, oh, I forgot to take these out.
Oh man.
How about flat ironed pubes?
Oh, that's a move.
You're talking about emo. Do you like emo music?
On occasion, it has its moments.
Or you like emo rappers? I got in a little trouble dissing on Drake in front of you the other night.
Yeah, yo.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
I didn't know you liked emo rap.
I'm not that I'm not a big time fan, but like I'm a fan.
When it suits the drive home, I assume.
It's the right. It is
good. It is good driving music. Like when you're in your feelings. He coined that, right? Didn't he coin
Amen.
In my feelings?
Amen. I'm more like I'm pro all Scorpios.
Okay.
And he's a Scorpio. So
are you a Scorpio?
Yes, indeed.
What's your birthday again?
The 23rd October. I actually kick it off.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Scorpio gang. We out here,
Yeah,
baby. So yeah, like I feel like he's a successful Scorpio. You know, we had a rough patch there for a little bit. You know, we lost Diddy. Sorry, Scorpio King.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm just trying to support the Scorpios that are still out here, still dominating.
The Scorp core.
You know what I mean? We a squad. You know what I mean? We make dope art.
Cores of Scorps.
Low key, I've made this argument a few times. I think our generation of comics is gonna be dominated by the Scorpios.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who else are in there?
I'll break it down later. I don't want to start no beef on the pod.
Yeah.
But you'll see. Like matter of fact, like this year when my birthday kicks off, I'm gonna share every person's birthday every day with you, and you'll be like disproportionately like impressed with how good our peers are that are around that age.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like impressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of Pisces I know who are killing it.
Yeah,
and
every sign got people. Just to be clear, like
Yeah.
I'm not saying like there's a whack sign or something. Oh, there's definitely whack signs.
Yeah.
But the Scorpios, they got like legit like 70, 80 comics, and I'm like, oh, they gonna make it.
Yeah, but are they using crystals?
Oh, game changer.
Yeah. All right, everybody. We just we're so happy to be back together.
Hell yeah, baby. Peas in the pod.
Westerly, Rhode Island. Get your tickets for May 17th. We're gonna be there.
Maybe we naked that show.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh no, why not? You know,
That's
the one.
We'll see you there. Well, we'll see you. I'm talking too much now. We'll be doing other episodes between now and then. We'll see you next time.
Everything's naked now. That's
Yes.
it. All the shows. That's what the green screen is for. You're just gonna start. We can put naked cartoons on us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it is warm in here. I do want to be naked right now.
Yeah, look at that. Let's change this whole show up. You know what I mean?
All right. Bye bye.
Peace.